The design of these John Deere skid steers and compact track loaders reflect a lot of consideration for safety. But does this automatically ensure safety on the job site? There are many pieces of safety equipment, but there is no assurance that the safety equipment will get the job done unless you use it. When starting out, ensure the brake is on and the area is clear of all bystanders and obstacles. Always sit in the operator's seat with the seat belt attached and lap bar lowered fully to operate the machine. Check all controls, gauges, instruments, and warning lights. Maintenance of your machine might be necessary before you begin operating. Once the engine is started and the engine throttle is set, release the park brake. Note that when the park brake is released, the machine is fully operational. All steering and hydraulic controls are now activated. Get familiar with the operation of the machine and its controls. Run the unit at a reduced speed until you understand and can control the operation of the machine. Moving the steering control smoothly is the most productive and safest way to operate. Sudden movements should be avoided. All John Deere skid steers and CTLs have a rated operating capacity. These capacity limits must not be exceeded. Refer to the operator's manual for specific information on load limits. John Deere provides numerous Worksite Pro attachments in a variety of sizes for use with different materials and applications. Be sure to use the correct size attachment for your machine and job. Prior to disconnecting a hydraulic attachment, stop the engine and release the pressure in the hydraulic lines. Caution: hydraulic couplers will be hot after operation. Warning: to prevent injury, lower the lift arms fully before engaging or disengaging attachments. Always make sure your attachment is properly secured to the mounting system, whether it's equipped with manual or remote locking. Safe handling of loads requires care and good judgment. Here are a few basic guidelines. Remember, enter the material pile slowly. The machine has more power with only minimum movement of the controls. Always carry the load as low as possible for the best stability and visibility. And working with the bucket up in the air creates instability. It's even worse when working on an incline. Never stand, lean, or reach out the front when the engine is running. Actions like these could cause activation of a steering or hydraulic control. Avoid rough terrain if possible, and be careful on slopes. Avoid traveling across steep slopes. For best stability, keep the heavy end of the skid steer or CTL uphill. With no load, the rear is heavier. Refer to the operator's manual for specific instructions. Anytime that there is a significant amount of track off the ground, go slowly to minimize the impact after the breakover point is reached. When operating a compact track loader, cross over obstructions at an angle. Ease up to the breakover point. Balance slowly on the obstruction and ease down to minimize the impact. On gradual slopes, work parallel to the slope. The dirt will fall to the lower side of the slope in a windrow. This will help hold the compact track loader from sliding down. On steep slopes, work diagonally, starting from the base, working upwards. Another point about slope work is that the hydrostatic transmission for each track provides for constant power when turning. So steering on a slope is the same as steering on flatter ground. Another point is that the dynamic braking characteristics of the hydrostatic transmission prevent freewheeling of the unit on a slope. Slow down as you approach a dump site. Raise the load slowly, keeping your load level to prevent spilling over the back of the bucket. Never lift, swing, or move a load over anyone, or allow anyone to reach under or stand under a raised boom. Do not leave the seat with the boom raised or with the engine running, unless the boom lock is engaged and the attachment removed. Remember, you must be aware of your surroundings at all times. Be especially aware of the presence of other persons. Look in all directions before moving. Always look to the rear while backing up. Keep bystanders, children, and pets away from the machine when operating. It's wise to have underground utilities marked before you go to work. Be aware of potential worksite hazards such as overhead power lines and underground power and gas lines. If you must work in an enclosed area, make sure you have adequate ventilation. Exhaust fumes can kill or cause serious illness. Never carry riders on the unit or on any attachment. It is not a lift platform. Also, do not let children or an untrained person operate the machine. When shutting down, park the machine on a level surface. Always lower the boom and attachment flat on the ground. Engage the parking brake button. Lower the engine RPM and operate the engine without load for a couple minutes. This will help cool down the turbocharger. Stop the engine. If the unit is equipped with a key, remove it. If equipped with a cab, it's a good idea to lock it up. You never know who may drop by. When you are hauling the unit, use a heavy-duty trailer. It should be parked on firm, level ground. The bed should be clean of debris. Use the chock blocks against the trailer wheels to help prevent the trailer from moving. Back the machine onto the trailer, keeping the boom and attachment low. The center line of the machine should be over the center line of the trailer. Once on the trailer, lower the front attachment. Set the park brake. After cool down, stop the engine, release the hydraulic pressure, and remove the ignition key if equipped. Again, it's a good idea to lock up the unit. Use heavy-duty straps or chains to fasten the machine to the trailer. Never put chains across the lift arm or attachment cylinders. Damage to the cylinders may occur. Use both rear tie-downs to properly secure the back of the machine. Also use the front tie-downs to secure the front of the machine. Becoming a proficient operator requires knowledge, skill, and good judgment. Make sure you are that operator. Viewing this presentation is just one of the ways to work toward those goals. Again, the Operator's Manual is still the best source for more information. It's impossible to cover every situation you could encounter on the worksite. However, by following good safety practices and using good judgment, you will protect yourself and those around you. Doing your job well and doing it safely is the mark of a worksite professional.